Gonna throw some oil and beard butter in my stash and scruff until I decide I'm gonna shave it off in the next day or so. I woke up this morning, took my kid to school, didn't put anything in, so this is just how it was after combing through it from last night. And kind of figured I would go with 24K from True North. I've got it in both beard oil and beard butter, so I figured I'd just throw some in. It's kind of nasty raining out, and I just don't feel like waxing my stash today, so take you through kind of how I do it. I shake it first, empty out the dropper so that I can get the whole mixed up mixture, and then usually I just throw a couple drops. If I'm just doing my mustache, I'll just do a couple drops, especially if I'm not trying to strip wax, just like 2 or 3 drops. And then I do like 5 in my hand. For the rest of the beard. And I'll rub that in. Sure that I'm really getting down and rubbing it into the skin. And then you just come through. Make sure I get not just down to the skin, but also the hairs as well. And coming through a little bit. And it's just to keep it hydrated and soft. Last thing you want is a very coarse feeling mustache. And then the other thing I like to do is work it through with a boar's bristle brush. Any one will do. I like this smaller one for my mustache. And this will kind of just flow the hairs in one direction, where a comb is really separating all the hairs. A boar's bristle brush is kind of forcing them all kind of together. So really good for training your hairs to go in the direction that you want them to. And I kind of just come down and just sweep my fingers through. And then come through the beard. So the other thing this is doing is kind of exfoliating the skin underneath. So if you are starting to get some beard drift, for me it's kind of any loose hairs and whatnot. All right, and then from there, typically I would have done this before and I kind of forgot, is I really like to wet it before I put oil and butter in, but I'll just throw a little bit before I threw the butter in. And I'll come the water through. And then we'll throw a little butter. If you haven't used True North's butter, it's super creamy. And it'll start melting. It's already starting to kind of melt on my finger. And then the rest. Just rubbing the hairs on my beard. Making sure you get especially on longer mustaches, the tails get the front and the back sides. So you're coating the whole hair. And then just rub it into your hands and your arms. And the same thing, just kind of brush it through. And that's it. Not giving me any hold really, but I still got enough curls from using my flat iron the other day. That'll work.